Pillars of Eternity continues. Welcome back, everyone. We're here in Deerfoot Village. Just got to the smith shop, and we're checking out some of the shiznizzle he's got here. He's selling grass for 12,000 copper. That's messed up. This is actually a unique two-ended pike. 18 to 26 piercing. Some extra reach. It's exceptional. 10% of the hits are converted to crits, and crits can inflict nice. A group of adherent pikemen were so disciplined in battle they garnered the attention of the Fraconian himself. He made them members of his personal retinue and ordered special weapons. Whoa, that's awesome. They marched at the head of the procession, their movement perfectly synchronized and their pikes swaying like blades of grass in the wind. The pikemen became a public favorite during royal festivals and parades, and they and their weapons earned the nickname Tall Grass. Would not be a bad weapon for our pally, possibly. Of course, he has the Justice Sword now, so I don't know. We also have the Hours of Saint Rumbold. Great two-handed sword. Saint Rumbold was among the first of the Eothesian pilgrims to take up the Emperor's offer of resettlement in distant territory of Riedseris. A dedicated priest to the shining god, Rumbold was regarded as a leader in his community, known both for his unwavering dedication to his congregation and his stern vigilance against lapses in doctrine. What survives of his sermons reflect the duality, for he emphasized the redemptive power of faith, even as he warned against the dire punishments awaiting those who rejected Eothas' beneficence. The colonization efforts brought Eothesian settlers into direct conflict with the native Orland populations, and Rumbold was among those credited with routing several brutal attacks upon the settlement. Ultimately, however, Rumbold was mortally wounded during a violent raid. Witnesses claimed that upon the moment of his death, Rumbold's body was suffused by an overwhelming burst of lice, knocking the remaining Orland warriors flat or else scattering them back into the forest. Accounts arose of Rumbold's final hours describing the great miracles which were observed to have occurred during the day preceding his death. Eothas, it was said, had informed Rumbold of his fate, and the priest accepted his gladly without fear, for he knew that his death was only the first step in his rebirth. He subsequently marked each of his final 27 hours with a miraculous act, such that his congregation would know of the gift Eothas had bestowed upon him, and continue Rumbold's worth in his stead. Rather than staunch the flow of Eothesian settlers, Rumbold's death only encouraged more pilgrims to venture across the sea, eager to set their eyes open. The final resting place of Eothas' favored servant. The Hours of Saint Rumbold was forged in dedication to his patron saint of the resettlement, and its blade is inscribed with markings counting the 27 hours before Rumbold's passing. In such manner was the blade imbued with the saint's power. It was said that a man might kneel before the sword and know with precision the moment of his death. That's not something I want to know. Accurate 3. Plus 12 accuracy. Plus 15 damage. Definitely seems better than Justice price-wise. But since she's in two-handed weapons, it'd be even cooler to get her Tall Grass. A lot of money, though. Hate to buy it and then find something better, but you don't really ever know that until you do. Grudge Keeper is a two-handed rod. One of the many Orland slaves freed by the 10 Years' Treaties, Mass when Kaos swore vengeance against those who had wronged her and her people, gathering a small group of fellow freed Orlans to perform night raids on those known slavers. She would go on to join the Gresh forces in putting down a Cooper's rebellion. If in an unofficial capacity, and it was at this point, that she acquired an ornately carved rod from the home of a wealthy slave owner. Every time Kaos brought down a foe, she would scratch a notch into the rod she wielded. By the time she lost possession of it, the rod bore a crisscross pattern along its length that many assume was part of its original design. Hammer and chisel. I don't really think we need all this at this point. I think we have plenty of hammers and chisels and shit. A one-handed spear. We have Mosquito, a magical rapier. Angio's Gambison, light armor. DR6, recovery speed minus 20. It's fine, plus 2 damage reduction, plus 2 athletics, grants deleterious alacrity of motion once per rest. The renowned Valiant acrobat Angio wore this garment while performing jaw-dropping feats that seemed to defy the laws of nature and the standards of good sense. He would leap and tumble across wires suspended high above the ground. And while there is no evidence that this Gambusum actually reduced his intelligence, his concern for safety lessened as his fame and skill grew. He forswore the wearing of safety harnesses and eventually the use of any kind of safety rope, claiming that these tethers limited his ability to perform. While his skill never failed him, one of his tight ropes unfortunately did. He plunged to his death at the foot of the Anson Z fortress. Some possible light armor there for us. The boots of Zealous Command. Only usable by a pally. Well, we have a pally. Only usable by a chanter. It gives plus 20 to the Zealous Aura area of effect. Pretty sure we want those. Don't we, Pelagina? Yeah. Our Zealous Aura will reach a bit further. An officer in the Darkosi Paladini of Ovalia First Worthies, it was said that those under her command knew her by the sound of her approach and stood a little straighter in her presence. She was known throughout the order for her inspirational leadership. Go, Palagina. So what do you guys think? Buy the spear? I don't know. Mr. Satan, get her? What are we getting? I'll let you guys tell me what to buy. I just read all that shit.
What is it?
I usually wait for things that are glaringly obvious upgrades. Especially if I don't have anything in the slot, it's an upgrade. See the places we can get to around here. Cleoban Relog. Deerford Crossing. Let's see if this guy says anything more now that we have more information. She was last seen talking to him, so. And we know he's been acting a little strange. Asking again won't change the facts. I still know nothing about her. And Dinah said you two had met. He folds his arms, the smell of tallow and animal dung wafting off him. Did she now? What else did she say? She saw you two talking. What was it about? Her father's dragged her out here to get hitched to some backwoods noble. She wanted an escape, all right, and I was happy to give it to her. We snuck across the river a few nights ago for some private time. Come to find out, we weren't exactly alone. An ogre taller than Windforth's tail spun out of the forest, and we were so lost in the heat of the moment we didn't take notice until it was upon us. It grabbed Elise and disappeared into the night before I could even pull my britches up. Don't take this the wrong way, but this shop smells like an outhouse. Am I really to believe that the Lord's daughter snuck into the woods with you? Curb that clever tongue of yours. I'm afraid there's no right way to take that, stranger. Just tell me what really happened. I don't repeat myself. Not for you, and not for some noble's toadies either. He wipes his dye-stained hands on his trousers and turns back to his work. Dude's definitely hiding something. Maybe we'll go check out this ogre's lair.
As you wish.
Some more wilderness. Whoa! Crazy wood beetle. Got some planty plants. Oh! It's an elder wolf, too. It's a few wolves. Welcome to the wolf pack. Cutter 7 made a good point about switching these guys to aggressive, probably. Starts combat with frenzy or barbaric yell. Will use savage defiance below 50 endurance. Barbaric shot will be used. Per rest is enabled. No, don't use per rest shit. Leave that to me.
Yes? How may I help? That's it!
What the hell? Fellow of St. Wadwin was on the route to Katanua, but was accosted by brigands on the road and had to flee. Consider raising your security to ensure safety of travelers. I'm working on it, motherfucker. Can't build everything at once.
Yes.
Increase the security. Suck my secure balls. Look at that. I got 26 security. What the hell do you expect, man? Paying all these fucking people? Crazy. I'm gonna put up some of these damn towers. South curtain wall, west curtain wall. That'll give me +8 if I build both those. I'm not so keen on the whole resting bonus. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but definitely not something that's needed. Someone had a campfire going.
You might find this interesting.
Alright, so special types of magical scrolls. This is +3 stealth for 2 minutes.
Well?
Might sell some of these scrolls. Definitely don't need a stealth scroll. Whoa! Hello.
Yes.
No prisoners!
Not with Lug in command. Some beetle shells and Sumadra. You stand within what looks to be a ruined shrine. The moss-covered remnant of an ancient statue lies before you. Only the broken legs and feet of the sculpture remain. Long grooves along the side suggest that it could be moved. Near the base of the statue, you discover a skull carved in the stone. You chip away at the base of the statue. By the time your arms are numb for the ringing hammer blows, you've scratched out a hole just wide enough to fit 3 fingers. Air whistles through the gap, but whatever's on the other side, you won't be able to dig your way through to it. You place the pry bar into the hole, you chisel. Leaning onto it with all your weight, you feel the statue slide and grind along the grooves. The displaced pedestal reveals a dark passage descending into the earth.
After you, I insist.
I was busy exploring our surroundings here with our tools. Multiple ways of getting in there apparently with might and mechanic checks, but I like using my tools that I'm paying for. I don't think we want to go in there yet, though. Still exploring the overworld. This is a fairly big map. Look at all this blackness we have.
So much for you.
Whoa. A grisly cave where a ogre probably lives.
Nice and quiet.
A ring of deflection. Got a ring of deflection plus 5. This is a ring of deflection plus 9. Although we should probably be giving the good one to Eder, who we always throw in the face of danger. Plus 5, plus 5. Don't think you can stack these. Think we tried that already. You get a ring, buddy. You can put our club ring in our treasury finally. Alright, let's fight some ogre. And rescue Elise if she's here. Or Alice, or whatever her name is. Okay, well shit, we might as well level now because that's gonna help us with our battle. You know, get that extra survival wind. Oh, but I can get my part 2 of this. I'm gonna go with that. I'll get a level 2 damage reduction, which I likey. I think we're gonna go with Savage Defiance here. Gives us a 130 endurance back. Once per encounter, but it's going to keep Lug alive when we need it to really help us out. Possibly here fighting an ogre. Earned some good, decent money there, though. Let's go with saving it. Weapon specialization. Unbending. 50% of damage taken converted to healing. Okay, 3 per rest. Fighter draws strength from his or her indomitable spirit, causing them to regenerate. So this is a way for him to get better healing. So this will turn him into a tank for everybody else as well, plus 10 deflection, but He won't hit as well. I'm always a little torn on those. Critical defense. This fighter expends extra effort to repel the most savage blows, causing a percentage of all incoming critical hits to be converted to hits and hits converted to grazes. So 20% of incoming crits will be converted to hits. This is probably a really good ability for him to take with really no negative. I think I'm going to take critical defense.
Inconvenient.
Spider, spider everywhere.
What? So much.
You might as well berserk now, buddy.
How may I help?
Holy shit! Pulled them all.
Poison! Poison!
Some spiders messing some shit up.
What?
Come on, you can't hit her with a spell from there?
Be on seat.
Most inconvenient.
These guys got some health.
Lavaru, be on.
Poison.
You'll be alright. Alright, lots of spiders there. And we still got experience because we maxed out the Widowmaker progress in the bestiary. Plenty of spider sack now. Pelagina got beat up a little bit there. Alright, Hayloft. Get you some more. Get you some lore and some mechanics this level. Alright, a level 5 spell. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Area of effect. Instantiates a terrifying inferno of flames around the caster, inflicting burn damage of everyone nearby. I don't want it to be around the caster. A bitter surge of ice freezing the cold air, inflicting freeze damage on anyone caught in the conical area of effect. It's a little bit better. Call to slumber. Causes a group of enemies to momentarily fall asleep, falling unconscious for a short duration. For 8.4 seconds. That can be pretty huge. You can kill something in 8.4 seconds. Ungrass Safeguard, an insidious magical contingency activates when the caster hits 50% endurance. He or she immediately knocks all immediate close enemies prone while gaining a damage reduction and defense bonus for a short time. I'm going to go with some Call to Slumber. And I get a level 1 spell apparently. This is interesting. You don't have minor missiles yet? What the fuck is going on here? I have this spell, don't I? Okay. Yeah, no. Sorry about that. Give me a second here. This is a bit confusing. I have these spells already, so is it... What is it doing? Alright, I'm confused. It's okay, it's 1:30 in the morning. It's not unbelievable. Okay, I want my sleep, and I will also take... I'm going to take Blast of Frost. I want some offensive. Spell Mastery, oh. Sorry guys, I wasn't reading the right side. Allows a free use of the spell once per encounter. Wizards' master spells do not need to be in their grimoire in order to gain free use. Okay, that's awesome. Oh man. So I could go Wizard double once per round. Plus 40 deflection. I mean, that's probably a good spell. That's probably a good, you know, keep Aloth alive spell. He's got a lot of offense, so let's grab this. It's just one spell we can use. Probably a lot. Get you a better rest. You're going to get a spell mastery now. I think Armor of Faith is great. 4 damage reduction for 37 or Blessing. It's only for 25 seconds though. Free heal. I'll go with free armor of faith. This is our priest after all. Looks like he's getting some other spells. Champion's Boon grants divine favor to an ally, imbuing him with a bonus to might, perception, and all damage reduction. That's sweet. Pillar of Holy Fire summons a flaming pillar of righteous anger, burning everyone in the area of effect. Nice. Prayer against imprisonment helps keep us immune against paralyzation and petrification. Critical heal. Revive. That's awesome. It's like a raised dead kind of. Or rather gets them up from being unconscious. And restores a small amount. That could be a game changer. Beseeches the gods for more time, extending the duration of all beneficial effects on allies in the area of effect. Conjures a powerful holy shield, granting a deflection bonus to all allies in the area of effect, so have that in addition to our blessing. Or armor of faith, rather.
What?
Now you can see they give us an extra icon for it, which is cool. Pretty awesome addition, I would say, to be able to do that.
Yes.
I'll see what I can find.
More spiders. This looks like where an
It
ogre
could be
might sleep.
worse. There could be more bones.
Skulls and bones from an assortment of kith and beasts litter the cavern. They've been crushed, scored, gnawed, and punctured by something with fangs as thick as an Amala's finger. Got some straight up bears hanging out in here. Spiders, spiders, more spiders.
Yes.
Thick webs ripple in the cavern breeze. Mummified remains are tangled within them. This game's scaring me. Holy shiitake! Well, having my wizard in the middle of all that is not ideal. That's the bad thing about those spells.
Mow it.
right, spiders, get some.
What is it?
Lava beyond seek!
Just gonna guess. Holy shit!
So much for you.
The Spider Queen is here, everyone. Oh man, Pallegina. She's in the wrong fucking place, apparently. It's all those first the Queen. She dead. She gone. Really? A spider sac venom? Couldn't get like 12 of them or something? You can suck my pinga. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yes. Yes. What?
Might need to camp before we take on the ogre and his bears. I haven't even actually seen the ogre yet, but I can only assume he's down here. Oh, okay. We're gonna get into some dialogue. Korgrak. As you advance into the darkness, the ground begins to tremble. You hear plodding footfalls, growling breaths, and bone-snapping crunches. Dad? An ogre steps out of the shadows 10 feet tall and bulging with muscle. He tears a mouthful from a hoofed pink-fleshed limb and tosses it aside. He watches you from under the thick ridge of his brows.
Too well equipped to be a villager. A bandit from the road, then, must be.
The ogre snorts and tightens his grip on his club.
I've kept to myself. Kill no one but the fools reckless enough to chase me down here. Why have you come looking for me?
A farmer from Deerfoot claims you ate his pigs. He rams a fist into the wall and roars.
Then I should have eaten the blazing farmer. I underestimated the love these villagers have for their swine.
Calm down, perhaps you could tell me something else.
What?
I'm looking for a young elven noblewoman. She's gone missing. Korgrak's snarl reveals a row of large, stained teeth.
I've done my best to avoid Kith, especially the kind that might give rise to search parties.
He scratches his knuckles and eyes you.
She never came here, of that I'm sure.
Something else! What are you doing in this cave?
Hiding from your kind.
He scratches a tusk glaring at you.
Kith driven from their homes by strange storms. Bandits out for blood and coin. My kind is unsafe around Kith at best of times, but now tempers run hot and ogre blood is valued among your alchemists.
His fingers flex around the club. The Deerwood is huge. Surely there's a better place for you to hide out. He smashes his club into the ground.
You think I haven't looked? I've wandered the wood from Icenind to here. Spider-filled cave is best hiding spot I found yet.
He clenches his club with both hands and draws it closer.
Not that it matters to you. Now that you found me, I can't let you leave.
That's enough from you, fat boy. Could try to talk him out of it, but I want to kill this ogre. I don't want him to... I mean, I could leave him alive, I guess. I don't know. He's probably got cool shit. Fuck it. He's bigger than Lug Lug, and Lug Lug has to kill him. And his fucking bears.
Not good.
That did not go well, folks. Reload. Matter of fact, we might be better off dragging him back here.
What? If it makes you rest easier. Lavaru beyond seek.
I'll just do this instead.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Fuck you, ogre. Come and get your din din. Three bears. Remember the cave that had one bear? Now we got three bears. Oh, and the ogre's coming.
Well,
Alright, light this asshole up.
Griff Uligna.
Try blind on him. I don't think it'll work, but you're getting fucked up anyway. Head of the ogre Korgrak, one-time scourge of Deerfoot. The immense trophy leaks liquid foulness in a trail everywhere it is carried, and the smell is overwhelming. Had to take him out, dude. Had to. Can't have guys bigger than Lug walking around.
Well,
Hopefully Rumbald has a nice reward for us.
what is it?
Did you take everything? I guess so. I didn't even get to see what was fucking in there. Looked like a medallion of some sort. Girdle of Eoten Constitution. I feel like someone should be wearing that. That's a good constitution. I'll have to go back and look at the video and freeze the frame. Because it looks like I instantly took everything and I'm not sure. It's definitely empty. Well, let's give her the belt. It's a +1 at least. Bones are awesome.
What is it?
Spider Queen dead, check. Ogre dead, check. Aha. Skayan cultist robes. Those who plot the destruction of their superiors while keeping an impassive face will whisper a prayer to Skayan. Political rebels also call upon him for justice and hope that he will intercede on their behalf with Wodeka, with whom he is associated. However, Skayan is an unforgiving deity. If a supplicant tips his hand or acts too rashly, the god will abandon them. The same goes for those who actually achieve their ambitions and rise to the higher station. They can no longer count on Skayan for aid. These robes are comprised of little more than a simple undyed piece of cloth, tied at the waist by thick cord. They have been used during the grim rituals of the Skayanite faithful. It seems, for they are spattered with patches of blood, both recent and long dried. The note is blood-stained and torn, and the edges are smudged with some kind of pigment. Dyed pigment, maybe? From the scraps that are legible, you can make out hastily written instructions. To avoid the entrance in the tower, traffic through my shop would attract the attention. Deerfoot may be sympathetic to our goals, but they wouldn't approve of a temple yet. Key to entrance by river east of town. But be careful on the road. Reports of these days tea. Turgil or Trigil or whatever his name is. Yeah, that bitch is guilty. Its oddly shaped hood is worn by the novice worshippers of Skayan. Crudely fashioned from coarse material, it is modest construction befitted of followers of the quiet slave. This iron key has a long shank ending in an intricate bit. The bow is carved to resemble a skull, its mouth agape. Yeah, we need to go back and have a little chitty chat with that guy. I think he knows a little bit more than he's letting on. Collect our reward for killing this ogre as well. There might be more to do here back in the Deerford Crossing, but I'm going to go tidy this up since we're getting close to the end of the video. But I'll be back here to obviously explore all this other area. We can do that in the next video. Ooh, the trails are completed. Say we get these walls built. They're expensive, they take a while, and they're good for security.
As you wish.
Welcome.
Hold up the ogre's head.
Is this what you were looking for?
He slaps his thighs and hoots. Blazes! That thing's even uglier than I thought. Look at the size of it. He squints, open mouthed, into the ogre's dead eyes. He takes the head in both arms, heedless of the stinking drizzle of blood that fouls his clothes. I've got big plans for this. You wait right here. He disappears into the house and returns with the blunderbuss in his hands. I call it the lead spitter. It belonged to my father and served me in the Saints' War. It's old but sturdy and it packs a real punch. Should be more useful to someone like yourself these days. He pulls a pouch from his pocket. Oh, and 600 coppers for your trouble.
Thank you. Should give me more.
He crosses his arms and looks at his piglets. And now to get back to business and rebuilding my herd. Only... He takes one of the pigs and gives it a quick examination. This one's still looking too small. I don't expect to get any good litters out of it. And I'd just as soon not have it weaken the rest of my stock. Why don't you take it? Gives me one less mouth to feed anyways. The piglet trots over to you, its pink snout wiggling. You get the piglet. Do I get the piglet? Fucking pet? That's awesome. I love pigs. Yes! Rocking this pig all next video. And we got lead spitter. Let's compare it to St. Garam's Spark. It does 6 projectiles, 9 to 13. Damage 2. They're both valued about the same. Harried by persistent thieves, the merchant Baradin and this hefty blunderbuss forged as a mean of protecting his wares. The gun proved as an indiscriminately lethal, as the dwarf's temper firing a destructive hail of iron that made short and messy work of anyone who dared creep up on his wagons during the night. Baradin was very pleased with the weapon's performance, as there were brigands who eventually robbed him of it. As for the brigands that robbed him, that sucks. St. Graham Spark's pretty nice too, though. And has that piercing damage. We had another person that used guns. We'll hang on to it. Still haven't decided who to bind this to.
Well?
Come on, my awesome little piggy. Let's go talk to this Turd Guild guy. Actually, let's level Pelagina and let's go get our rest. Cannot be active with other zealous auras. I don't want to change. I like the one we have. These different stances, that's the problem is. You got to pick one. As far as urgency in one of the paladin's allies, increasing his or her attack speed. That can be nice on Lug Lug. Him hacking the shit out of people. Of course, lay on hands is also going to be big too. You never have enough healing. 2 per encounter. Let's go ahead and grab it. She's been getting pretty beat up herself, so.
Of course.
I think we talked to everyone here that has a name.
Hail, traveler.
Food and drink. We do have a bunch of stuff we can sell, but maybe not a bunch. Some of these scrolls for sure. Like, I don't care about the stealth shit. I don't have a rogue. Anyways, I'm resting in the dragon's lair. +2 might, constitution, and perception for how long?
Welcome.
Fuck Trigil. It'll only last for one rest. Hey, we'll take it. That's why we make these rest last as long as we can. Let's see what Trigil has to say about this. He's guilty. He's hiding this hoe. I have a letter about a secret temple. It's stained with dye and it's signed T. Know anything about it?
I was wondering what had happened to my colleague. Thanks for finding that. You saved me a lot of trouble.
He raises his axe.
Oh, you just fucked up, bud.
Night night. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, what do we have here? Stairs going down. My son, tomorrow I become the effigy, and tomorrow I become Skane's embodiment of Yora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. For months we met by secret conclave to plot our landlord's demise, all while working in the fields as if our heart were content. Skane teaches us to plot with the mind while keeping one's face impassive, inscrutable. Fair fights are for those with armies. The quiet slave is our whetstone, our focus. In his worship, our cause finds focus, clarity, and possibility. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. By the time you read this, I will be dead. I pray Skane has not abandoned me for speaking of my plotting, but a son deserves to know how his father died. For I volunteered to be the effigy. Skane will inhabit my body, using the old farmer's simple flesh as a puppet of godly rage. I have been shaved and anointed. Tomorrow morning I will be your father in name only, as my manhood will be removed, my nose and ears removed, and my useless mortal eyes will be replaced with flintstones, through which Skane might see the world. My son, I am sorry for the lies I have told you these past seasons, but Skane demands secrecy. Even your mother knows nothing of my furtive secrets to the quiet slave. Curse my name if you must, but never weep for me, for I die for the betterment of our community, to smite our Lord's corruption from the face of Yora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip, for tomorrow I become the effigy. The thick hide stretched thin upon the rack looks like it came from Stilgar. The curing and waterproofing, damn it, agents slathered over it give off a heavy odor, like poo. Alright folks, that wraps it up for this episode. Stay tuned for whatever the fuck is down here.